What's up, guys? Welcome back. So this is another long-term colony set up in a swarm trap. They got in there last year in the spring and I never got to them, and they spent the year in this swarm trap. So what you're seeing and what you're about to see is the bees that were remaining. Basically the entire front of this was covered in bees. There were tons of bees in this swarm trap, so I vacuumed off all the bees that were on the outside prior to opening this up, and as you can see, it is completely loaded. Now, it was hanging on the fence at an angle, so although I had frames in it, basically the top of the wax was in one frame and the bottom was on the next frame. So I was able to cut the frames out on the two sides and across the bottom and push them back into the appropriate frame. So I ended up with 4 full frames of active wax to transfer into the new colony. Most of the wax on the bottom of this was unusable for frames, but I did my best to incorporate some of it back into frames, although it wasn't much. So I treated this similar to a swarm, where I relocated the bees back with only a couple of frames of their active brood and the rest all empty. So they kind of had to rebuild in hopes that I prevented them from swarming this year. But we'll check back in on them after a week or so to see how they have progressed in their new spot. Again, they had about 4 frames of fully active brood and honey and pollen resources, but I added them to a nuke box with another 5 deep frames empty above it and a waxed foundation 5-frame medium super. So my hopes is that they'll get into that box and they'll start building and start putting honey away, and I prevented any swarming that was going to happen. There wasn't any signs of swarming in this, no queen cups, no nothing. So my hope is that they get to build and I can keep these bees, because they seem to be doing really well. Hope you enjoyed that video, and we'll do an update in a week or so. Thanks for watching.